Hey there guys, I hope you're doing well. It's George, and in today's video I wanted to break down how I'm making some of my ecom friends, their brands, over 1.2 million in a single month. And I'm going to break down the entire strategy on how we're doing it for you right now. But if you don't know who I am, my name's George. As I said, I run a brand called The Paid Search Company, a business that helps e-commerce brands, Shopify brands, scale with Google and YouTube and even Bing ads, because as you're about to see, they are very, very, very profitable. But you've got to do them right. And so that's what we're going to jump in and cover in today's video. Cool. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you through it. So first things first, you can see here some proof, some results, right? So this was a client that we scaled very, very hard at the start of this year. You can see this was January the 7th to Feb the 7th of 2024. We spent $133.5 thousand. We produced 15,800 orders, and we produced about 1.27, as you can see here, million in revenue, cold hard sales, and that was at a 9.8, call it a 10x ROAS, right? Sounds a little bit better. So yeah, how did we do it? And how are we continuing to do this for a lot of our clients, right? A lot of our clients, we have obviously clients that are spending, 5K a month on Google ads, 10K a month, but we have clients that are obviously spending this kind of money and making these kind of returns. So it's really all about this funnel that you're going to see here, okay? Now, if you're a Shopify owner, you probably think Google Ads is just kind of like for branded search, right? This is where you set up a search campaign, you put in your store name, right, whatever it's called, and then you just target that and you check it once a week and it produces 300 quid a week or something. That is not what Google Ads is, okay? Google Ads is as scalable, if not even more scalable than Meta Ads if you do it correctly, and it can definitely be a whole lot more profitable. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we do it. So we see that there are kind of three distinct stages of Google Ads. There's the kind of top of funnel stage, which you can see here, the middle funnel, which is sort of the conversion stage, and then there's the retention or even defense stage that we like to think about things. And so many brand owners aren't making the most of this, right? So many brand owners, they're just running search ads, maybe a bit of shopping ads. They're doing nothing with the top of funnel, which, as you can see here, is almost the most important part, right? I mean, this is how you grow your brand and you grow your funnel and you grow your customer base. Everything below that is just about obviously converting and direct sales, which is obviously going to be the most exciting bit. But this bit is super important as well. You kind of have your own little meta within Google Ads, right, when it comes to YouTube ads, because YouTube is obviously the world's second biggest social media platform. So you've got to use it. So many brand owners aren't running YouTube ads, and I have no idea why. It's probably because they can't get them to work, which is obviously where we come in and help them, because it is pretty tricky. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's jump into the first stage of the funnel here. So this is all about increasing search volume. As you can see here, the goal is to build awareness, increase purchase intent search volume by advertising on visual placements, namely YouTube, the discovery feed that Google owns, right? I think they have a Discover app. I don't really use it personally, but yeah, some people use it. And then display, which is, those ads that follow you around on Forbes or whatever website you're on, those are display ads. So this is super, super important, because when it comes to Google Ads, you can really only scale so far as there is demand, right? Well, when it comes to these platforms here, the conversion or these placements, the conversion placements, you can really only scale search and shopping ads so far as there is demand for the product, right? So showing awesome visual placements of the product across YouTube, Discovery, and Display to completely ice cold new customers is going to very simply just increase the amount of purchase intent search demand you're getting for when it comes to middle of funnel and those middle of funnel ads, right? So it's really important to run. But not only that, you're also going to get a bunch of direct sales from these campaigns as well. It's not like these campaigns are running at a 0 ROAS, which is return on ad spend. These campaigns are going to generate a bunch of sales too, especially if you're running YouTube Shorts, okay? So there's a few different YouTube kind of campaigns that you can run, and they're constantly changing this. But the main ones are in-stream, right? Which is where you're going to see an ad basically before your video that you're watching, right? It's going to be before the ads, and you obviously have the option to skip the ad. And in-stream is basically can be broken up into different devices, right? So you've got mobile in-stream ads, right? You've got desktop in-stream ads, and they're obviously going to look a little bit different. and you've got, TV, right, tablet, all these things. How you run YouTube Shorts, and I've made videos on this on my channel as well, so if you want to go check those out, you should, after this one. You basically want to create a negative 100% bid adjustment, all right, for every other device other than mobiles. And what that's going to do is it's going to incentivize YouTube to pretty much only run your short form YouTube ad as a YouTube short ad, because it wants the user to have the best ad viewing experience possible, so they don't get annoyed and leave. So that's how we run YouTube Shorts ads, which are the best for generating direct sales, as well as obviously building this awareness. And it's super easy as well, because chances are you're running a bunch of this kind of content on Meta ads, right, or even TikTok ads. So why don't you run it on YouTube? I mean, it's not like it's suddenly magically not going to work. Because like if you get like a really awesome converting creative from Meta and you put it on YouTube ads, it's suddenly going to like stink. Like that's not what happens. You've just got to set the campaign up in the correct way so that you're serving your ad to the right people on the right devices, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to work just as well as it does on these platforms. And then obviously you've got some I think we categorize this as like YouTube shopping as well. So you're also going to get kind of the sort of visual image placements all across YouTube. You'll see this if you search up like protein supplements or whatever. You'll see like a bunch of kind of image ads there as well. So that's what YouTube's great for. But then we've obviously got discovery and display. Right, so these are awesome, and you can, there isn't technically a discovery campaign anymore. Google has demand gen now, right, which is actually quite effective, and we like to use this for our clients quite a lot. And again, this is just very, very great for getting new customers to click on your products, go to your website, and if they don't convert, well, at least they'll be added to your audience lists, right? So if you're running Google Ads correctly, you're going to have audiences set up in your audience manager, right, or your audience library within Google Ads, and you're going to have your website visitors, right? You're going to have your product viewers, right? You're going to have your abandoned carts, and if you're really clever, you're going to have these segmented out by time period as well. So 30 days, 60 days. 90 days. Very rare are brand owners organized enough to have that in their account. But you can do this, using Google Analytics 4 primarily. But anyway, what this is going to do is, hey, if they go to your site and they don't convert, at least they'll get added to these audiences here, which you can then retarget. All right, because that's a whole nother part of this funnel. We've got retargeting to talk about as well. Anyway, so that's top of funnel. Now, by this point, they're kind of landing on your website. And so this is where we're going to start, well, not landing on the website, but at least searching up your products. And this is where we're going to talk about the middle of funnel. All right, so convert traffic. Goal here is to serve high quality ads to the right users at the right time in order to generate conversions. So you can see here your classic Google search ads, right? This is what you're thinking about when you think of Google Ads, even though it's only one small part of it. And then you've got your classic shopping ads as well. Now, fun fact for you, in almost all of the brands that we manage, shopping ads are easily generating 60% of the revenue. So they are very, very important. And a lot of brand owners just don't even think about that. So they are very, very important. And when you search up, a cold term for a product, like say you sell perfume, you search up perfume, you're going to be seeing search ads, you're going to be seeing shopping ads. Okay. So the goal here, as I said, is to just obviously sell the click, right? At this point, you're not even selling the product necessarily. That's what your landing page is going to do. You just need to sell the click. So you need to make your ad as clickable and as relevant as possible. Okay. And this all ties into something called quality score. I won't bore you, but the way ad rank is calculated, right? So obviously how high you show up on the Google listings is obviously a pretty important metric when it comes to Google Ads. Where in which order you show on shopping and how high up do you show up on search. That is calculated by quality score times your budget, right? And your quality score is basically how relevant to your ad, are people clicking on it, are people staying on the landing page, right? So all of these things are very, very important. That all kinds of ties into like targeting and stuff like that. So yeah, everything's interlinked. But as you can see here, I've got some examples from awesome brands like Space Goods, Ridge, and I mean, they're doing a great job here, right? So, first things first, you've got awesome image extension on their search ads. Make sure you've got extensions on your Google search ads if you are running them. If you're not running them, run some search ads, okay? Literally almost no downside to doing that, really, so long as you're doing it the right way. Yeah, it's pretty much going to get you some good sales, right? And, you've got awesome ad copy here, right? So obviously 100% natural. You've got I say the image extension there, which is going to increase CTR, right, which is obviously your click-through rate massively. And then you've also got your site link extensions here. So you're just taking up, you can kind of see you're taking up a lot of space, right, which is a good thing. And then you've got the same with Ridge as well, ridge.com. Yeah, just an awesome ad there. And then the shopping ads, right? So as I say, this is technically the most important part. And this is really how you scale an account and make a lot of money with Google Ads, okay, is kind of obviously getting this stuff right, driving a bunch of demand and traffic, and then scaling these two things. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, where's PMax, right? I hear you talking about Performance Max all the time. I hear my friends talking about Performance Max all the time. What the hell's that? Well, Performance Max is actually just kind of a combination of all of these things, right? It's a campaign that does all of these things in one. So it does discovery, it does display, it does YouTube, it does search, it does shopping, right? So it is extremely scalable, but you can't just get away with just running PMax, right? In fact, what we like to do is run all of these things, right? So YouTube, dedicated YouTube campaign, dedicated demand gen campaign, dedicated PMax campaign, dedicated search campaign, dedicated shopping campaign. And that works really well. Okay, but yeah, so you're going to be scaling predominantly your revenue with PMax and shopping. And it's really important to get your product feed correct, okay? So, obviously you're creating the Google search ad within the ads manager, right? But are you doing that for shopping? No, you don't create this in the ads manager. This is created in your backend, your Google Merchant Center, okay? So obviously to serve shopping ads, you've got to have a Google Merchant Center. It's very easy to set up. I'm not going to walk you through it on this video, but you can do it through Shopify. It's super simple. And then through Google Merchant Center, you're choosing what image is going to show up. What's the title going to say? What's the price going to be? Are there reviews, right? All of these things, which are, again, going to massively contribute to not only your ad rank, but obviously your CTR, which is super important, okay? So we have a very specific way of doing titles at the agency. If it's a well-known brand, I think, absolutely the brand should come first. I think that's something Space Goods is missing here. But you also obviously want to detail what the product is, which I think these guys do really well. Mushroom coffee, right? There's a big trend about mushroom coffee at the moment, so they're definitely, getting, there's an exact match here between the product title and, what users are searching up, which means it's gonna, the ad's gonna show up very, very high up, if not first, okay? Because that's what we want to do. We want to, when it comes to shopping, that's how the shopping ads actually serve, right? Here you're bidding on keywords. With shopping, it's all about what your titles, what your descriptions, all of that stuff. All right, and then, once they've clicked on these ads, right? They've gone to your website. They've probably converted. If they haven't converted, well, that's okay, because your PMax campaign is going to retarget these website visitors, these product viewers. Then they're going to go back to your website. Then they're going to convert. All right. Now we're not talking about dedicated remarketing campaigns here as well. I'll be honest, PMax does do quite a lot of remarketing, so it's actually not quite as important, in my opinion, as getting some of these campaigns going. But definitely having some dedicated YouTube remarketing if you've got the video assets. If you don't, having some dedicated display remarketing still works, although not as well as it used to. But anyway, right, at this point, we are going down to the bottom of the funnel, defend and retain customers. So defend your brand name from competitors, maximize customer LTV, with branded ads, and that's exactly what we're doing here, right? So you've got your branded search ads, okay, pretty much just going to state your name, who you are. I mean, if they're searching up your brand, they probably know who you are by now. And why are these ads important, right? So many brand owners are like, oh, I don't want to pay for my own brand name. They were going to get that sale anyway. Well, not necessarily, right? We kind of see these as defensive campaigns because competitors are going to be bidding on your brand name like crazy. If you've got a store doing over, 20K a month, 30K a month, whatever, you're going to have people bidding on it. So they are important to run. And they're going to make sure that you maximize your LTV by ensuring that you get those clicks. Remember, your SEO probably isn't as good as you think it is, so your organic listing might not capture that sale. You don't know that for sure. So it is really important to run these, but make sure you're controlling the budget, all right? What you don't want to do is run like some crazy, max conversion value, max conversions bidding strategy here. Now, if you're new to Google Ads, you won't know what I'm talking about, but those are very aggressive bidding strategies. You end up spending a lot of money. You really want to be using either target impression share, right? Which allows you to kind of set a specific target, hence the name. This is meant to be a bow and arrow, hitting a target, as to how high up you want to be, how many impressions you want to be gathering, right? That's a great way of doing it. Or just very simple manual cost per click bidding as well. That's very useful. Okay, so yeah, definitely don't do that. And then we've got branded shopping here as well. If you're running PMax, you don't need this, but if you're just running like a standard shopping campaign, then you want to have branded shopping as well. And the way you do that is basically by excluding all search terms that aren't related to your brand. So in this case we're using a brand called Bazoo. So if the search term wasn't anything to do with Bazoo, you'd want to exclude that as a negative, right? It's usually the other way around. In cold shopping campaigns you want to exclude the brand. Here you want to exclude anything that isn't the brand, so that your shopping campaign is only showing up for branded terms. You can add in scripts that do this automatically. Highly recommend you go and get one of those working. But yeah, that is the kind of funnel that has allowed us to produce awesome results like this for our ecom clients. So yeah, highly recommend you start working on your Google Ads and start building out and testing different campaigns. They work great. If you want any help doing this, that's what we do. We help brand owners scale Google Ads. So if you're interested, you can book a quick 15-minute chat with me. No pressure. Again, I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we do and how we do it. And also audit your ads as well if you've got any running for free. But you don't have to do that because I'm going to be giving all the value away on this channel for free. So if you enjoyed and you like the sound of that, then hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. And I will see you in next week's video. Bye.